So there's a difference between Afrobeats and Afrobeat. To make it easy, I'm just going to use songs as examples.
Okay.
So it's easier for people to know.
Wiz,
Davido, Burna Boy, Kiss Daniel, P Square, yeah, Take It Back, the band.
Infusion of the sound. That's Afrobeats, infusion, so R&B slash.
Okay. Yeah, because we're going back to it. Some artists are going back to it. Like Simi, she just did like a song where it's like straight Afrobeat.
Right.
Yeah, it's not like the modern day infusion.
Now it makes sense why I had a different perspective of what Afrobeats was, because I was mixing things up. I think I was going straight back to the soul of Afrobeat, but now I learned to commute it.
So it's like a... That's Afrobeat.
That was the S or without the Afrobeat.
Afrobeat, that is.
Yeah, facts. Tana.
Groove is different.
He's like saying, shake your ass. Show me what you want.
And High Life had an influence on his sound. Afrobeat is from everywhere. It's from Africa, you know. So you're like Nigeria has done so much for the genre, you know. But I always like to acknowledge the influence of other countries.
Yeah. Oh, shut up. Hey. Oh, boom. Hey. Come on. Hey. Come on, let's go then. Come on now. Hey. Come on. Hey. They all be in a rock clapping. You clap too loud. Good to see everybody. Okay. Clap.
Let's get it. What's up? What is up? What is up, everyone? And welcome to another episode of the Lounge ATL. If you don't know who it is, it's your girl, your host, Tyra. I'm a T, I'm a so fine, I'm a so sexy. All right, intro. Thank you so much for joining us for another episode. And today I have my lovely co-host with me per usual. But I want you all to also individually say your name so everybody can know who you are.
All right, I'm Kwesi, of course. Half Ghanaian, half Sierra Leonean. Welcome.
Queen of Afro Soul, Adeze Orji.
So it could be me or her, but it's me. So it's MPZ from Nigeria, you know, the green, white, green type shit. Boom. Hey.
It's your girl Abena, also known as Ava the Diva.
This is Teresa, T-Mama.
Hi, I'm TJ O'Gets.
It's your boy James Jones, aka King of Just on all social networks. Be sure to follow your boy. We out here at the Lounge ATL. Bunch of guests in the house. I'm a T out here doing her thing, you know what I'm saying? What she do? But yeah, you guys welcome to Lounge ATL.
Hey, I love that. So today we have a very, 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 very special episode, and I'm so excited to get the conversation started. But before we do so, I want to make sure we get our special guest introduced. So I want Praiz to go ahead and formally introduce himself to the world. Let them know who you are, what you are about, so we can get it poppin'.
Big deal.
What's good, everybody? It's Bo Praiz, singer-songwriter, music producer from Nigeria.
Hey.
Voice like butter.
Take over.
Like she just hit on. You just hit on Praiz.
Right.
I know.
No, she did not, so please, I beg.
One thing I hate to do is introduce myself.
Really?
Yeah, for real.
Consider him Afrobeats in a way because he has some Afrobeats and he is African, based there.
He is an R&B.
Yep.
Before we get into that, as you all know, we are here representing
Niger.
We're all representing Africa.
Oh, yeah, no.
Some of us may be from Niger, some of us may be from Ghana. You know, so we're here representing Africa for today's episode, but most especially, we will be talking about the invasion of Afrobeat. So today, yes, because we all know that Afrobeats has taken over the world. Like, it is so mainstream now. And I feel like this is a good way for us to have a conversation about it because we are all of African descent. We've been around the scene for a very long time. So I think we should just go ahead and just have this conversation, the origin of it, you know, how you guys feel about it. Is it oversaturated now? So it's going to be a great conversation. But before we get into the conversation, I actually want to play a trivia game first. And then we'll go ahead and segue into the conversation. So I'm going to go ahead and read a bunch of questions, and I want you guys to go ahead and answer the questions based off of what you feel is the correct answer. Okay. So no cheating. Okay.
No cheating, bro.
So the first question is, where did Afrobeat music originate from?
Ghana.
No, it was never Nigeria.
Nigeria or South Africa?
It started in Ghana and Nigerians copied that.
Afrobeat. Without the S, Afrobeat fell out. Nigeria.
I think it is Nigeria.
No, but Nigeria always steal from other countries.
We don't know.
Because we started the hip life.
That's hip life, no?
Okay, thank you.
No Afrobeat.
Hold on, but Fela also had a lot of inspiration from different artists. Some here from America. I think James Brown was one.
Was he considered? Them niggas is different, bro.
Well, I'm just saying it's a collaborative, you know.
I think, is there a specific answer to
Okay, so the answer to the question, is Ghana and Nigeria.
Okay, cool.
That's fair.
But you know what? Based off of my research and based off of what I've been observing, I've heard it started in Ghana first. But then I hear in Niger because of Fela, he came to America and all that,
London,
and blah blah blah, or wherever London, excuse me. So I feel like Ghana and Nigeria can both.
But I didn't consider Fela.
But I think he's considered it was Afrobeat. Without the S.
Afrobeats, the modern Afrobeats is more
modernized.
Why don't we ask Praiz?
Hold on.
He's our resident
Ask Praiz.
What do you think, Praiz?
No bias.
No, but before you ask, let's ask another question. The second question. Before you ask Praiz.
I have something else to point. Tony.
Okay, Steve. Hold on.
One more person.
Hold on, guys. We're going to have a conversation. But we have to make sure we go through these questions because there's a lot of questions. Okay, so the second question is, where did R&B originate from?
R&B?
America, of course.
Oh, I don't know about
Black
that.
American culture.
I'm gonna say Black American culture as well.
Absolutely.
West Africa.
But you know about roots R&B? I think the roots came from somewhere in West Africa. And then taken out. If you want to go deep, because there's a difference between where it originated or where it got popular.
Thank you.
That's a difference.
That's my final answer. It's from here.
Okay, she says here, he says Africa.
I would say West Africa.
I say Africa.
You say Africa?
Yeah, I do.
Coming from an African R&B.
So,
and she
But
said
he's
something.
gonna drop some knowledge.
So if you
She
go,
said America.
If you go check history, blues rap originated from Africa.
The sound or the genre?
Bro, the sound.
Hold on a second.
There's no genre without the sound.
Facts.
The sound is the genre.
I'd with that.
Yeah, so
Okay.
it's
I'll slide with that.
slaves used to rap. They used to chant. Then it was a chant. They used to sing.
So that's really
soul, blues.
Facts.
Originated from Africa.
So just because, remember, you gotta take it out the fact that
here.
they came to America, because that's what they like to take out of it. The fact that they came here as slaves, people forget the African descendants of it. They didn't just come to America and start developing slave songs. They came from Africa with the slave music they already had, and they brought it to here. So when people take about what makes it popular, it was popularized in America because they brought our ass here.
Makes sense.
If we never came here, it would only been the African.
I don't think that. I think sometimes what we are not differentiating is that it's morphed into something else.
Yeah.
So R&B became R&B. And what we know as R&B, that's Black American music that we are now infusing in our Afrobeats today.
Facts.
But the question is, where's the origin?
The origin, yeah.
The question was, where is R&B
Then you're right then.
The origin.
Origin was not in the question though.
Was it not?
Where did R&B originate from? And you said it.
Original.
Africa.
That's my answer.
That's your answer.
My
answer.
Now, where did it become popular?
Oh, are we gonna
is
get the
America.
answer?
Reach Nigeria.
Yes.
This is like some Who Wants to Be a Millionaire type shit. Can I call it
The 1800s.
1960.
Okay, so me, I will ask
1960.
I will ask the audience.
If y'all know that, y'all Google the hell out of that.
No.
I said 1998.
Okay. So
1960.
correct answer is 1960s.
Yes.
Okay.
Fair enough.
Afrobeat or beats?
I said beats, but
So wait, you said
Without the S,
Afrobeats
okay.
came to Nigeria in 1960.
in what year did it reach?
Reach.
What year did Afrobeat
From where?
music reach Nigeria
From
in
where?
the 1960s? Should I go ahead and read the entire explanation?
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, let's move on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who brought Afrobeat to Nigeria?
Fela
Oh, no,
Kuti.
that's wrong.
Well, who built Afrobeat in Nigeria?
That's
Let's not
the
say,
answer.
yeah.
That's a better
Well,
answer.
okay.
Okay.
What's the answer?
Okay.
Fela.
Okay.
Still fell.
Oh, it's a good question. Oh, I love this question. It's also the answer was just mentioned, but what is essential to Afrobeats?
The beats.
Nope.
The African best.
Right, the African.
You guys
The
said something.
drums. It gotta be
The
drums.
beats now.
What did Fela talk about?
Oh shit. Oh.
Soul.
And political something.
Hey.
A mix of
Political,
beats.
yeah.
Is it politics?
Politics.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
The soul.
Okay. Which
I agree.
contemporary producers have been influenced by Afrobeat?
Davido.
Ooh, this is gonna be a hard
Wait,
one.
which
You said
what's the
producers.
question?
Which contemporary producers have been influenced by Afrobeat?
If you say artists, I got you.
Don Jazzy. Don Jazzy.
These are artists. These are
Don
artists.
Jazzy.
Even me, Steph, I don't know. But
There's a lot.
She
the
said
answer
producers.
is
Who's the old school?
No, why are you looking
Who's
at
the
the
old
shit,
school?
bro?
I'm cheating. They wrong with you. I'm Nigerian. What's wrong with you?
okay. Y'all not gonna get it. I'm sorry.
Who is it? Who is it?
Say it.
Say it.
Brian Eno and David Byrne.
Oh yeah, never.
Who are they?
Yeah, I don't know. Okay,
Apparently.
Big
They will
boys.
burn.
I'm trying to skip some.
Some big boys.
Oh, good one. Who are notable pioneers of Afrobeat?
Noble.
Notable.
Noble.
Notable.
Noble.
I don't even know. either.
Noble.
Which kid?
Notable.
No, Noble.
Not Noble.
N-O-B-E-L.
No, guys, you guys are not gonna get
Wait.
it.
Say
Y'all
it.
not gonna-
No,
Wait.
N-O-B-L-E.
Oliver the Coke, Fela.
The answer is Tony Allen.
And you're right.
Tony
Tony
Allen.
Allen. Yes, she's right.
She
She was right.
Okay,
She
she
was
said it
right.
first?
From the
said that
jump.
a million
Yep.
times.
From the jump.
Okay, but did you-
Yep.
We got a
Let
historian.
her say her story.
Yes. Go on. Yes. Go on. Back. Retract.
The question about Tony Allen was about the first question that she asked, which is the origin. So I don't know if Tony Allen is Nigerian or if he's Ghanaian. That was what was going to give me my answer. Because he was one of his drummers. I believe he was the first one that toured with Fela at the time when he was really like
Popping.
Okay,
So
what
that's
did
like
you
this.
say?
afterwards. Huh?
So that's like this the last.
No, it's
Yeah,
no,
but
Tony
she
Allen.
was
There's a-
Tony Allen and
But
Yinka
he's a huge
Davies.
reason why, because he's the one that created
Influence.
the beat. Fela was the one that put
shit.
everybody
Together.
together. The saxophonist, the
Hello.
wind, the strings, everything.
Please. Give our flowers, man. They got flowers.
You gotta separate. You gotta separate
Okay.
the producers
I'm
from the
gonna read one more
artists.
question.
The originators, yes.
I'm gonna read one more question.
Okay, let's
Please educate us.
Told you,
Should I go first? Okay, so what I was saying
You said Tony Allen all the time.
Sorry, I'm a big fan of Tony Allen because I had to study it for a little while because, I had a moment with that. But with Fela, it's a Fela's music, how he introduced Afrobeats. What I was saying earlier was it's a collaborative sound of Tony Allen's beat. How would you say it? Like
rhythm.
Thank you. Rhythm plus the strings, the guitar, then sax. Mainly sax because we know him to play that. Absolutely. And he had trumpets and all kinds of sounds that came together to make that particular sound. So as far as Afrobeat without the S goes, that's my little explanation. Okay. So maybe Praiz can take over.
So there's a difference between Afrobeats and Afrobeat. Okay. To make it easier, I'm just going to use songs as examples. Okay. So it's easier for people to know. So for Afrobeat, is what Fela did, is what Sean Kuti does, is what Made Kuti does, what Femi Kuti does. Afrobeats is Wiz, Davido, Burna Boy, Kiss Daniel,
P Square,
we have to take it back, the band,
Rema,
Rema, Ruga. That's Afrobeats.
So is it like more of a modern, like Afrobeats?
Like mainstream.
Afrobeats
is more mainstream type
art. It's infusion of the sound. That's Afrobeats infusion. So R&B slash the Afro sound beats.
But Afrobeat is more like because we're going back to it. Some artists are going back to it. Like Simi, she just did like a song where it's like straight Afrobeat. Right. Yeah, it's not like the modern day.
Now it makes sense why I had a different perspective of what Afrobeats was, because I was mixing things up. I think I was going straight back to the soul of Afrobeat, but now I learned something new today.
So can I ask you a question? Would it be like almost like comparing it to blues versus R&B? So blues is like that.
Thank you.
And then when you put like Usher and stuff in, now it becomes R&B.
Right. Like a fusion.
So like R&B
it's like the modern day.
So blues is like the core. And then when you start modernizing on it, it becomes R&B.
Thank you.
And the cool thing about Praiz is he's not just a singer. He does the production, the producing behind the music. He plays piano, am I correct? And drums. Right. So he really knows his beats and what makes it
You know the rhythm.
Yeah, so that's pretty cool.
Perfect.
So can somebody give an example of an Afrobeat drum and then today's Afrobeats drum?
That's a good question. I was just thinking that. So it's like
that's Afrobeat. That was the S or without the Afrobeat?
No, that's Afrobeat.
No, that's Afrobeat. No, I feel like
that's Afrobeat.
It's the same bounce.
Yeah.
The same bounce, but not the same sound.
No, it's not.
There could be a bounce.
Continue.
I won't really say it's the same bounce. So
similar.
You could get Afrobeat that is.
Yeah, facts. Tana.
But you won't get like an Afrobeat song with that groove. You know.
Yeah.
Most times Afrobeat groove is.
Clap.
Regardless, there might be tweaks, but it has that constant 4 count.
So what's still?
So you're right.
yes. So for like the dancers, I'm sorry.
Go on, you're right.
For like those who dance, if you do that. You know, think of all the dances from like Ghana.
Yeah.
You know, you're picking
it
up. So it still goes with because dancers promote some of the music that we have these days. A huge influence on that. So I think that's a good.
So back to what you asked, right? So what's the difference though?
Okay.
Well, she didn't do the other one, so
there's two. What's the difference between the?
So the one you did, you thought that was Afrobeat.
So what is the difference? The difference. How to negotiate?
Yeah, I'm sorry. You guys are right.
No, so Praiz. So back to Praiz. How do we negotiate the difference in the sound?
The groove is different.
The groove
is different.
Okay.
It's. I mean,
so
you can't take away the groove from Africa.
Exactly.
But it's different. The groove is different.
He's like saying, shake your ass. Show me what you want.
You know what I'm saying?
But you also have to give the experts.
He did that. Afrobeat, that just, in fact, sometimes the beat is in that shit.
Yes, go.
But you also got to give the experts credit and respect versus the common listener.
Facts.
So just because you can't determine it, it's not for everyone to determine. It's for people more so in the genre.
Yeah.
So like back to R&B and blues, who's to say what's different? It's more so what's given out, my opinion, publicly to more listeners, but the deep people who are rooted to it, they can understand the difference between the Afrobeat and Afrobeat. So it's not just for everyone to understand.
You're right. Sorry to cut you short. I think we need to actually promote Afrobeat as
sound,
as a continental sound, than a national sound.
Yeah.
And I say this because Fela was in Ghana a lot. His sound was always influenced. It had I won't say influenced, but it had and Highlife had an influence on his sound.
I agree.
You know, so like Afrobeat is from everywhere. Yeah. It's from Africa. You know, so like most times I'm Nigerian, and I'm proud to be Nigerian. And you're like Nigeria has done so much for the genre. You know, but I always like to acknowledge the input of other countries. Yeah. You know, Nigerians, we go hard. You know, we go hard. You know, but I'm a big Ghanaian music fan. Like I have a couple records with Stonebwoy, Sarkodie, Mandishe, who's who in Ghana, you know. But I mean, I just like us also just push the narrative of others. Of others too.
Can I mention something? I want to say I love how you just said that, because I don't know if you guys are aware, but there's like a lot of controversy going on with other countries like Ghana, South Africa, Cameroon. Like they're very Cameroon. They're very angry at Nigeria, mainly because they feel like Nigeria is arrogant. When Nigerians were very arrogant, we're trying to take ownership of everything. Which is very true. Nigerians.
I don't think we're not true. I don't think
what you're saying is a bigger problem. No, because Africans in general, they don't like to come together as Africa. Everyone wants to individualize the countries. You're right, 100%.
I wish we can just get to a place where it's not just Nigeria's ruling, Ghana's ruling.
But I think
we're all African.
I think it's a friendly joke.
It's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. Because you think of other cultures like Asians, for instance. When Asian makes Asian music, no one doubts. Oh, is that Korean? Is that Japanese? No, it's just Asian. They call it K-pop, J-pop, whatever. But they're taking ownership. Africans, they want you to know this came from Nigeria. Yeah, but we have more Nigerian artists.
I don't think it's like arrogance. I think it's pride. And I will also highlight that, like, if you think about Ethiopian music, they're East African. We can't always naturally relate to it. That does not sound like Afrobeat. Have you guys?
Oh, that is
They
true.
shimmy their shoulders.
They be like,
beautiful.
We have Afro beats now. So, for example, if you move from Nigeria to anywhere in the world, you are blown. So we are not overtaken. It's our population that's overtaken.
That's one.
And no, that's
numbers.
That's
the numbers. It's a numbers game.
But
we have the
only way
numbers
to
and
be
we win.
Successful as a culture is to raise the whole continent. You still have the reason why people relate. They call Africa is because of that.
Education.
You know what I'm saying? We don't stand together. It's a
But
bigger
can I say
issue
something
on
else?
that. Everyone else
Nigerians
does. Every
also-
other continent does.
No. He's a culture. Culture is different. In Nigeria, it's 300 languages.
Yeah.
Even me don't even know two. I only know two in Nigeria.
Yeah.
I only know two in my own country.
So for me, right, real quick, if we take the numbers out of it, it's very simple. I better hit it right. When you said what you said, she said, why do West Africans have to care about Ethiopian music? It's the exact same way Nigerians saying, why do I have to care about the Ghanaian
population.
music?
And that's
You know
why
what I'm saying? So you have to kind of know, it's a numbers game, last. Yeah.
Yes,
It
numbers
comes
game.
down
Yeah,
to
but
that.
I think
We have the numbers.
Nigerians compared to Ghanaians, Nigerians are just naturally louder.
That's
I think
it.
Ghanaians are just they're
Absolutely.
But the
culturally
numbers is
gentle.
force.
So on top of numbers,
numbers,
but even without numbers,
shit.
they're just naturally, their presence is very loud.
I think what you all are saying is valid, right?
Yeah.
In your own right is valid. But something that we know about Nigerians, we're very welcoming to teach people our culture, to welcome them into our music.
Right.
Yeah.
We take time building bridges with other cultures. So sometimes, and very much sometimes, those countries that are outside of Nigeria, they can be feeling some kind of way because the favor is there. Now you can't take favor from Nigerians.
Numbers
at all.
game.
You know what I'm saying?
Numbers
That's
game.
something that God has designed.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
Yes.
This goes in medical field,
Fashion.
this goes
Fashion,
in so many
singing.
different things.
Listen,
Music
name it.
is not going to take away from that.
But this is not a slander on any, because some of my closest friends in Nigeria, and I love and I actually respect the pride Nigerians have in themselves. I think it's more so this is a micro situation that's put on a macro level. It happens in almost every culture in Africa to where we cannot be united. We're the biggest continent in the world, but we can't be united because everyone wants to be individualized. So instead of telling us how Nigerian you are, say, hey, don't get it twisted. This shit is from Africa.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I know beautiful music in Ghana, South Africa, Ethiopia, but that's never highlighted. It's
But don't you
only
think it's kind of
highlighted
human nature?
where you're from exactly. To the point where even the tribes matter in Nigeria.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
don't get it twisted. He's a good artist, but not only is he Nigerian,
But
he's an
Igbo.
Igbo artist.
He's Igbo.
So now we gotta know he's an Igbo artist.
now he goes-
Don't get
yeah.
it twisted, Yoruba.
like a-
He's
Well,
not with y'all. He's
honestly,
an
I
Igbo.
don't think there's nothing wrong with
you guys.
Like is there tribalism in the music industry in Nigeria as you live there?
To be honest, now I don't think so.
Now?
I don't think so, because I'm going to say for now. I mean, for now we have Shali Poppy. He's from Benin. Rema's from Benin. So like, if you want to say it's a Yoruba thing, I would disagree.
Numbers game.
Yeah.
I heard they
not-
say it's not Yoruba thing.
Nah,
It used
I
to
mean,
be.
but
That used to be the.
That was the hub.
There's-
That was the hub at first.
it's open.
Okay.
You know, like the people who used to get keep, are no more there. You know, it's open. Just put out great music.
Yeah.
So as far as obviously we were having a conversation and the different artists who are maybe not Nigerian or not African, for instance, and they're now singing or singing Afrobeat music. Would you, for instance, maybe somebody like Chris Brown. Would
Or
you maybe
Beyonce.
consider them not really an Afrobeat artist, but if he were to now say, I want to start creating Afrobeat music.
That's good.
Would you consider him an Afrobeat artist? Or
No.
listen,
No.
let me finish. Or does it have to do with where you're from for you to now say, I'm an Afrobeat artist?
Yeah.
Because for me, I don't think so. I think that as long as you're staying true to the sound, and that's the kind of music you want to make. That's the genre you want to make. You want to stay true to that genre. Then I don't mind you considering yourself an Afrobeat.
This
Or because I can't be R&B. That's not fair to say.
So,
That's
like,
not fair to say. Me personally.
think-
So what do y'all feel about
I think we should draw the line between being an African artist and being an Afrobeat artist.
Okay.
Because Amapiano is not Afrobeat.
No, it's not.
Amapiano is a South African genre of music, you know. So it can be original, you know. I think we just need to clarify who is an Afrobeat artist, because now once you're from Africa, you can do country music, you can rap.
So my
you
question
know, they just say,
if they're not African and they're doing Afrobeat music, can they consider themselves as an Afrobeat?
Okay,
I'm from Nigeria, but I identify as an R&B singer.
Yeah,
exactly. It doesn't change the fact that I haven't put out Afrobeat records.
Songs,
I put out like big Afrobeat records.
So the Afrobeat to
You're a
me.
musician first.
Yeah.
So what I think when I hear Afrobeats is probably what the Afrobeat definition is, because I just kind of feel like there should be a little authenticity to the, like a little spice that makes it complete. Like, so you can play and sing Afrobeat music, but in order for it to feel authentic, I personally feel like there should be a little soul in there, like Fela with his politics message. You have to experience Nepal, going to the village or something. So even if you're American, like you should really have some connection, true, genuine, authentic thing, rather than just
singing.
I actually disagree with that.
That's just me though.
Can I just mention one thing? Cultural appropriation, I think, and appreciation. I'm sorry, cultural appreciation is what I'm trying to say.
I don't like.
I think you can fit a certain kind of music genre depending on your talent, right? Because that is God given, and you finessed it. You know that this is where I fit. But I think that if you don't give the acknowledgement and there's another word, appreciation to those that started it, I think that's where you now rob the gatekeepers and original people that actually started it. I think if you don't do that, I don't think that you should be allowed.
Well, I don't want to say allowed, but I will.
Or
say,
not allowed, but
I think anyone can
appreciate.
sing it. Of course, I'm just saying what makes me connect to something. So when I hear Chris Brown doing Afrobeat, I love it because it's a symbol of bridges connecting. But I wouldn't consider him an Afrobeat musician.
I feel like you can't label.
Well, the thing is, they're doing it with Afrobeat artists. So.
So I think it's a nice fusion, but that's just the authenticity.
I think Praiz hit the nail on the head. He's a Nigerian dude that's an R&B artist, right? So I'll use Tyler as an example. First time I heard Tyler, I looked at her. I thought she was Guyanese or something. I was like, oh, nice, Afrobeat. Later on, I heard she's South African. Her music is not amapiano. It is Afrobeat, right? So Afrobeats has to be a sound. It can't be where you're from. You know, sometimes we hear Daniel Guetta, the producer, whatever it is, David Guetta, and his song sounds like Afrobeat. We're like, yo, that's an Afrobeat song. We know it, you know, but it's considered pop.
Exactly.
But we know it's still Afrobeat. So it has to be the sound rather than where a person is from.
Art should be freely given to the world.
Yes, I agree.
Without no holds, without no bounds. For instance, in Praiz's instance, it'd be very easy for someone like Usher or someone to say, whoa, you're not from here. You can't call yourself an R&B artist. You can't sing R&B music.
It's not going to be easy.
It's the same thing. You have to put everything in reverse. So if you're going to tell people they can't do Afrobeat artists because they're not giving cultural praise to the culture, and the same thing, you can't say it in reverse. So in my instance, what have you done to give praise to the R&B? Do you go to R&B things? Do you say, you know what I'm saying? You can't do that. You're giving an art because you're talented. And so that's all that matters. Anything else is for everyone to interpret.
I don't think Africans care. Let me clear up that, you know, other people are singing or playing Afrobeats. I'm just personally speaking of what I connect with. Like when I feel and I hear Afrobeats, I like to feel connected to that part of the world.
As an African woman.
So I like to feel that authenticity, but that's just me. Obviously the beats mean differently.
But real quick, back to, you know, you love your R&B and your blues, okay?
Yes.
So let's even use that for example. James Brown and the Temptations, all of those type of people, right? They fought when white people started appropriating what they were doing. When it was just a genre, but they took hold to the fact that this is our sound, this is our soul, this is our story, and you guys are now getting up here and mimicking everything we're doing, and you're whitewashing it, right?
I don't believe in cultural appropriation.
Hold on, wait. I'm just going to a point from what you said.
Yeah, that's good.
Now, it's still okay for some Africans to feel like that because this is somewhere that they can connect to. These people could be in diaspora.
world. And they know I'm not home, but I can play this song and feel like I'm there.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now when you see somebody who doesn't come from your struggle per se, you can be like, this is kind of, you know, I feel like
it's wrong.
So what should they do?
It's not wrong.
Not put out
It's
the
not
art?
wrong.
They should.
No, I feel like
That's
they
the
should.
solution.
But here's the thing.
There's no
a genre is a genre, but what
Yeah.
I'm talking about is perspective.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
perspective.
So I'm saying neither one of those is neither right or wrong. It just is.
Yeah.
What about maybe when it comes to, like I said, I don't really agree. But what about when it comes to maybe when African artists or Nigerian artists or whomever is incorporating patois and
It's the same thing.
you know, maybe in their music or
I just said show love.
Yeah, like Africa has.
because a lot of Caribbean, I've read a lot of Caribbeans.
Patoranking, Stonebwoy,
that's
Shatawale.
So I don't see it as disrespect. I see it as respect.
Yeah,
You're
I see that
respecting
y'all
the
fuck with
culture.
us.
That's
All
good
sound.
music.
There's been artists though that I have seen that they've had nominations as being Afrobeat
Of course.
artists.
Yeah.
Is
I'm
that
a
what
piano
you're?
too.
Is that what you're referring to? Yeah,
And that's
that
wrong.
and this
What do
is
you
what we're
mean?
saying. We're not talking about
And
we
who
just
had
like
the
and feel
nomination?
and we're
How do you know?
Yeah, I don't want to mention the name.
No, I'm saying.
Don't come into our group if you're not solely that. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
So
I'm
you can make the
confused.
music,
That-
but don't consider yourself an Afrobeat
No,
artist.
no. That's not what I'm saying.
Okay. So
what do
you being awarded, nominated.
Selena Gomez.
No, it's not her.
Say the
It's
girl
not
name.
her. It's somebody that had a whole album
That's
get
what I'm
awarded.
Yeah, they
For
do that.
Afrobeat.
Being an Afrobeats artist.
Oh, so that's what you kind of referring to.
I have a question. Yeah, how would we Africans feel if one of our own wins
Country.
Pop song.
Grammy Artist of the Year, one,
Yeah.
R&B of the Year,
Very proud.
Pop of the Year.
Proud.
So now why are we complaining
reverse it,
if
reverse it, yeah.
someone
Reverse it.
That's exactly
someone would
No.
now say, okay, I want to take my
No.
time. I want to learn this genre of music. I want to understand the groove. I want to understand how they bounce on the song. And I take time and I record an album. And they now give me a nomination because it was dope. What should we feel? I look forward to a time where, bruh, like, I want to see, either Davido, Wizkid, Burna, whoever, a Nigerian or an African artist win Artist of the Year in the Grammys.
Yeah.
Because y'all like, trust me, you know that's not easy, but trust me, if it happens, bro,
It is what it is.
we should.
Okay,
If we don't
Okay, so I don't think there was a problem with somebody like Beyonce winning an Afrobeat album. I'm saying or I don't know if it's Beyonce, whoever it is. What I just like to know the authenticity and story behind them. So I already know Beyonce's American, so I don't need. But so Praiz, for example, is a great example. He's R&B African. That is so cool, unique. American experience.
And that resonates to who?
To just the listener. No.
To the listener.
To the listener.
Okay, that's an African woman. You're speaking as an African woman.
No, but R&B speaks to everybody in the world. The Nigerians are not African Americans, but they understand it.
Excuse me. So, who controls the narratives? For example, right? Sony Music, Spotify, American labels, they own these African artists. The streaming companies, YouTube from America. I control the narrative. Now, the Africa you're talking about owns nothing. We exploit. I would say one thing. It can't be black owned if you don't get the money from the black bank. If the money is from the white bank, then you're only borrowing from the white bank. You just kept the money for them.
But okay, Empire, Africa has the distribution.
It's still owned by Americans.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, but Empire are people that tap into Africa. They have so much money to pump money into Africa's
Jewish, to be exact.
Yeah, exactly. No, but the point is, our government is not putting money into our economy or into our industries. So these guys tapped into something. You know what? Boom! It will take 100 million there. Like for example, it shouldn't take only 4 artists to be global. 200 million people should be 20 people, 40 people in Nigeria, but there's no money to put in there. So they tapped into that. Boom! Let's send some money.
Still a lot.
How many artists in Africa, as good as Afrobeat is, has a Rolls Royce truck?
5, last.
Exactly, but in America, you can blow it in LA, blow it in Atlanta, not even the world, LA, anywhere in this state.
Genre is new.
But you are whipped out. You have a crib.
We have pride and we honor them like that.
Yeah.
It will become whatever
it is.
I love
100%.
it. Grammys is
100%.
today.
Yeah.
Agreed.
But okay, that is true, but it still goes back to even like regular artists in America. They don't take the BET Awards seriously. They don't take the Soul Train Awards
the same
seriously.
thing.
Everybody puts the Grammys
They have structure.
on a certain pedestal
as long as
because of
everyone
how
keeps doing that,
globally
they have structure.
It'll never progress.
Yeah.
That's just.
But honestly,
it's
Grammys is
unfortunate.
respected though.
No, but
It's like the pivotal of
Like, if people felt the same way of success as winning the
Thank
Hetty
you.
Award as it did the Grammy,
Oh, shit.
there'd be no problem.
zero.
What would you rather win? If you had to pick
A Grammy
one,
or
Hades.
a Hades based on
If
the
you had to
output.
pick.
I mean everything. I've won the Headies, I've won Afrima. I mean,
Let's go for that one.
Grammy should be next.
Oh yeah, I like that. Well, he has a good answer for that. So he's won everything. The next one is a Grammy, so of course he'll pick a Grammy.
Right.
So
Okay, I have another thing that I want to say though. So, and it's kind of going back to what you were saying earlier, but and also what you were saying, how even though, and I'm in this music business, so I understand that there is a connection to be had with the listener, right? My audience right now is Southern Soul and Blues, right? That's the reason why I call myself Queen of Afro Soul, because I am bringing my Africanness into the Southern Soul realm. really relate to you. You get what I'm saying? And then when I get off stage, a lot of questions is, where are you from? Right? However, when I have a song where it's fused.
You say, okay, I know I'm R&B or I'm soul. I think they want Afrobeat. Let me just do that. Trust me, they won't really take you serious. And you need to only, can I use the F word?
Yeah.
You only need to fuck with people who fuck with your sound.
That's it. Right. Period.
If they don't fuck with your sound, they'll be fine.
You
will be fine.
You have to build that fan
You
base.
will build your community that fuck with your sound heavily. Trust me.
So that's what makes you.
I'm not a big. I'm R&B. I've done. Trust me, I've done Afrobeat songs. Like, so I don't even. People know I don't even. I love music. I'm a producer. You know. But if you check my catalog, everybody knows that. Who's that R&B guy? They know. Praiz. Almost singer. That's the R&B guy. So like, you just need to just decide. It's up to you. It takes time, sir.
Yeah, no, and I first of all, I want to say thank you, and I appreciate that. And you guys saw it here first. So I definitely appreciate that. And the way I see it is a lot of like what he was saying. I see the art of it all. I see the fact that I can do it. I see the fact that I'm a chameleon when it comes to being in these streets. You know what I'm saying? Like I can become whoever and whatever. Authentically, because I'm a Nigerian woman raised here in America, but born to a Black American woman. You know what I'm saying? But with a very traditional Igbo father. You know what I'm saying? So I'm here and there. So for me, both of it is natural, but it's like I cannot do it without expressing Africa. And that's the only thing. I have to express my Africanness in it, because then I feel like I'm not being authentic to myself.
So let me add on to that more so.
You have a natural African Americanness too. You have that connection. So you're just using that spice, that history, the father.
But let me add on to what you said just a little bit more so on a business scale. So I'm not more an artistic style. I come from business. You know what I'm saying? I make business moves. And if you do it in a business aspect, that portfolio, how does that make you success? For instance, you can see other artists or in her genre for Afro Soul as sponsors, right? You get that sponsorship, and that's what takes you to be able to do what you want. I believe you have to do the shitty stuff first to be able to put your shit out. Number one, Drake can put 50 horrible songs out today. It does not matter because he's already established as Drake and people are going to listen to him. So in my opinion, on a business aspect, I would say, this business already has a following. All he hasn't established it. Can I sacrifice maybe my sound 1 or 2 times just to get in that realm? And then as soon as I'm there,
they plug in.
Then I go right back. I done made 2-3 million followers, whatever. And now I can revert. Now I can give you all my real shit. So on a business aspect, I feel like the artistic way gets they forget about the business side of it. Because the artistic way is not always going to keep elevating.
But also you also have to have in mind the brand you're trying to build.
That's right.
Because if you can't just start and you just say you want to give them anything, you have to establish the brand you want them to know you for. So now you can't just really give them anything. You could do a fusion, but not too far from your sound. You could do.
Yeah.
It's almost like you have to sell yourself a little bit to get what you want. Because
show them that I'm versatile. But don't go away from your sound.
I keep your foundation. I think you guys are talking about authenticity.
Authenticity
matters a lot.
Matters a lot because now with the business strategy that you're talking about, one artist that came to my mind was I think he goes by Lil Nas.
Right, exactly.
So he started with like that cowboy. Sorry, I don't know the song off my head, but it's a cowboy song. A lot of the kids know that. Old Town Road. So I don't think he came. I think a lot of people were talking about, just him getting into the country
genre.
Thank you. But now he's now in
pop. Brianna did the same thing. She was a Caribbean music, but now she's pop too.
Hold on. You just talked about sorry. You just talked. I just wanted to just make an example. I'm trying to follow what you're saying.
Yeah.
That's why I brought him up as an example. But go ahead.
No, you're completely right. He literally used this. He hasn't made a song like that since. He used it as almost a stepping stool to get in there because you have to get into the door. And same thing works with business. You cannot be a business person if you're not willing to sacrifice who you are to get in the door. Because you're not going to sell a product to the people that you know. You're only going to sell product to people they know. And then once you get them, then you can sell what the hell you want.
Okay, and now to closing out. I know Tyra's about to close out.
No, hold on. Real quick though, I wanted to get you guys' perspective on some Afrobeat artists. I want you guys to tell me, who do you guys think is like the #1 artist right now that's popping Afrobeat wise? Who do you guys think?
I'm gonna say DeVito.
I feel like Americans feel Burna Boy, but I say DeVito.
Say who and why is better.
Okay, so who do you guys feel like is the most like poppin' Afrobeat artist right now, globally, mainstream, worldwide? Worldwide. And why? And why do you feel that way? Why do you feel that way?
Oh my God. Why do we have to pick?
It's
a choice.
I
can start. I don't mind.
Okay.
But it's a tie. But I'm probably gonna have to say Rema.
Okay. Rema.
Oh, I think that's left field.
Okay, so why? I think, first of all, his crossover record that he did with Selena Gomez.
Huge.
I think that was. It's a crossover record though.
But it's one song.
But many have done crossover.
I think Praiz is more the expert in this. It's one
A
song.
lot. Wait, hold on. Let me land my own.
I love I'd rather not talk about. No, bro. I love Wiz. I love David, bro. Everybody knows I'm not partisan. Like if I fuck with you, I fuck with you. If I respect you, I respect you. You know, I'm not I don't say because I like this person, I won't like this person.
But I want to know, are there more Nigerian R&B artists?
Yeah, a lot. Yo, they're crazy. They're singers in Nigeria.
Benky W.
They're crazy. They're crazy.
Okay, before we get to that, just real quick, just say who you guys feel.
Okay, so Mama B Rema. Who do you feel?
Me?
Yeah. This is for the
Davido, that's the good.
That's family.
I'm gonna say DeVito because of business. DeVito is selling out arenas. Anyway, he has more #1s than
You know, but like people who have been killing. When I say killing, when I say killing it, are people who are doing tours. You're like you're selling out.
O2 Arena.
They're selling out arenas.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
Like outdoor concerts.
Do you consider Thames as Afrobeat though?
I think she's soul.
Okay,
she's soul.
Because I was asking Afrobeat.
I would place her R&B and soul.
Right, exactly.
But I think just because she's Afro, we just kind of put her in that.
But she's not though. But she's not.
Her soul is definitely
She'll probably agree.
She said she's not Afrobeat.
She's not.
She probably agrees she's not Afrobeat.
That's crazy because I see her as Afrobeat because she's African. That's what Americans would think if they don't really know African.
Which is why you gotta separate the artist from the genre.
Also, and that's what they need to check on.
I think Americans also need to know that, like, in Africa, there's more to Africa than just Afrobeat.
Yes.
There is, the amazing singers. There's a guy called Johnny Drill.
Yeah.
If he sings, all the ladies here will die.
I love his voice, but you know what?
So like, there's Rikasani. There are a lot of guys. So like, there's more to Africa than just Afrobeat.
I get, but I feel like us as Africans, we are the ones who need to enlighten the Americans to keep them informed because they honestly don't know. So it takes us to be able to teach them. That's it.
I just love Africa. That's why.
Just me too.
I love this conversation.
We're so lucky to have Praiz.
Yes.
He's based in Lagos.
Thank you for having me.
And we're just lucky to have him.
Yes, thank you Praiz so much for joining us on this conversation. I mean, this was a very great conversation just to get everybody's perspectives on Afrobeats and Africa and the genre and the sounds and all the elements that is infused into it all. I love it. I feel like we can go on and on for days, but obviously we can't. But Praiz,
sir,
our special guest, please, I want you to let the people know where they can find you on all your social media platforms and also maybe tell them exactly what you may have coming up so they can know what to check out for.
Okay. I just dropped a new single called Mine. Amazing record. You should check it out. You love it. Available on all platforms. And you can link me up on my socials, Instagram, official Praiz, Twitter, Praiz8. And Praiz is spelled Praiz. Me too. So yeah, thank you very much for having me.
Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much, guys. Again, it's your girl Tyra with the Lounge ATL. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you are not already subscribed to our YouTube channel, please hit that subscribe button, okay? Hit that subscribe button, share the love, tell your friends to subscribe, to watch us, comment down below, let us know your thoughts, your feedback, follow us on all social media platforms, okay? But thank you so much for joining us. Till again, see you guys next time. Bye.
Give you my heart times two. I'm trying to